Good morning everyone, it's Melissa Phillips and I'm here with a fun Make It Monday for you. Believe it or not, I am doing one layer cards with a technique that looks difficult but is really easy and a lot of fun. I had read in the forum that there were a few of you interested in learning how to apply water with a spray bottle to your stamp and then stamp it on your surface, and that's what I have done here with these three cards. I've just got my card fronts here for you. I haven't attached them to the base yet, but I just wanted to show you how simple they are, and then you can go to town and you know, add pattern paper, or if you do that, embellishments, whatever. I don't think they even need embellishments, but I'm going to show you how to do this first one using feather finery, and you're just going to love it. So we'll get started. Alright, so I've got my acrylic block here with my feather on it from the Feather Finery stamp set, and then what I'm going to do is just ink this. I'm using Aqua Mist, and I actually want to add in one more color. This technique is fun to do, fun to mix colors with. I'm going to add a little bit of spring moss, and I'm just going to add it, you know, a little bit at the top, a little bit at the bottom, so that they don't blend, but I just get two different colors. Okay, then I have a handy dandy spray bottle here. I'm sure there are smaller ones, but this is what I have here to do my ironing. And I am just going to lightly spray my stamp. Okay, and then I always have a paper towel on hand to just kind of dab off, dry off my block a little bit so I don't get water places that I don't want. But alright, you must try some watercolor cardstock if you haven't. I love it and it really does help with this effect, but definitely try it on other cardstock to see if that works as well. Okay, then I'm just going to apply my stamp right where I want it. This is in the center of my block, my cardstock block. Pull it up and you get this mess, which is so beautiful. The colors kind of blend and you think to yourself, oh, that's going to look so ugly. But as they dry, you'll see that it just creates the most wonderful, blotchy, artistic masterpiece for you. I truly love it. It makes me feel like I'm quite the artist. So, okay, you can take your paper towel and dab off the excess water if you want. I always like to let mine dry naturally because it provides some nice pooling and coloring as it dries on its own. But that's up to you and how much patience you have. Next step, when doing this technique, I find that stamps with layered details seem to really take to this technique because you get some more detail. So I was going to use, say for instance, the Strawberry Patch stamp set, but there weren't quite enough details on the second stamp that I layered over the top for me to get exactly what I wanted. So this is the Simple Seashells, and it's got 3 steps to it. So you get detail upon detail, excuse me, upon detail with each layer that you add. Instead of it just being kind of flat and one color, you will actually get more depth with each layer of color that you add. This is Beautiful Butterflies and the Beautiful Butterflies layers. So you're getting more layers there. So definitely try different stamp sets to just see how this technique works with them, and you'll find your favorites. Butterflies, I think, are gorgeous. In fact, I sure wish I knew who I drew inspiration from, but the other day I found a card on Instagram and it was a repost. Anyway, I loved it and it inspired me to do this one, so thank you to whomever you are out there who inspired this card, and I wish I knew your name. Okay, back to our card. I'm easily distracted. So we are ready for the second layer, which are the fun speckles that go over these feathers. And Gosh, you could add any color you wanted to. Blue, aqua, spring rain. I've chosen just to go with a really delicate spot, which would be stamped with fine linen. So I'm going to ink up my block once again, and I'm just going to repeat that very same process that we did with the first layer. So I've inked my block, excuse me, got my spray bottle, and I'm just going to spray a little bit. You don't want to go overboard. You go overboard and you'll drive yourself nutty trying to clean up a splotchy mess that you stamp on your card base. It kind of loses form if you add too much water, and then you're not sure exactly what image you were stamping. So, okay, here we go. There we have it. They don't add a whole lot of detail, but they add just enough. And I've got more water that pools that I just want to let dry naturally. That's what I like to do, but you do whatever you like. And once that's dry, all we're going to do is come back and add our embossed sentiment. I've used gold embossing powder here because I thought it looked so beautiful and simple and classic. This is from the Colorful Words stamp set, and then I just added a couple of flourishes from the Fancy Flourishes stamp set. And that's it. Easy, but definitely you could become obsessive compulsive with this fun technique. I have now applied my heat tool, my heat gun, to my embossing powder. Got that all set in place, and so all we need to do now is add a few flourishes, and Fancy Flourishes is my go-to. I am going to use, let's do Spring Rain on this one, just because of the shading of the colors of the card. I want to use something that will complement a little bit. And I'm just going to add a flourish right there near that upper corner, and using the very same flourish, stamp one right down here to get a little balance. So there you have it. I've used the very same colors, but as water has been applied, the colors mix and blend in totally different ways, and that's what's so fun about this technique is you really never know what you're going to end up with, but the water makes everything so beautiful. You do need to experiment a little bit with colors. Darker colors seem to be a little harder for me to use for some reason. I think that's just a matter of practicing. But try it out, and thinking back upon it a little bit more, I do think the first time I tried this, I did not use watercolor cardstock, and I think I still pulled off something that was really beautiful to me anyway. So if you don't have watercolor cardstock, go ahead and just try some regular with this effect. You kind of need to start somewhere, and practicing, you'll learn so much as you go. So give this a try. These make great simple little card sets to send out, and they don't take any time at all. Hope you enjoyed today's Makeup Monday. Thanks for visiting.